referee is Dr. S.K. Patil. So this Viva will go for nearly presentation for half an hour. Later on, there will be question answer session, and of course, this presentation should be in brief. I request the candidate that presentation should be not read whatever the PPT is there. We'll have to just give the important important points in that presentation, and later on, then there will be question and answer session. Then I think the remarks from our external referee, and then even internal guide will also pass his remark, and at the end I will conclude it. So I request now the candidate to start the presentation.
Okay, first of all, good morning everyone, and I welcome all the eminent teachers and professors here for my Open Defense Viva. First of all, I would like to thank Sanjay Mali sir, who is the chairman for this particular presentation Viva. I also thank my guide, Dr. Ashok Giri, for arranging this Viva on time. I would also like to thank Dr. Shankarrao Patil sir, who is the external referee for today's Viva Defense. First of all, I will to begin with my presentation. I would like to take permission from Shankar Malik sir, who is the chairperson for today's Viva. Sir, if you permit, I will start with the presentation, sir.
Yeah, please.
Thank you, Sanjay sir. Okay, so
Kozgi sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Please start.
Yes, sir. I'm starting. 1 minute. Okay. So I will begin my presentation with the title of my research, and the title is a study of impact of brand positioning of selected car brands on consumer behavior with special reference to Greater Mumbai. I would like to give a brief introduction about this topic. The entire topic is based on the fundamental principle of positioning and consumer behavior. The very important aspect of positioning and the field of consumer behavior. Positioning is a unique identity that a marketer creates in the mind of the customers, whereas consumer behavior is a process whereby people analyze what they buy, how they buy, what they purchase, and how they dispose of the product. So consumer behavior is all about the buying process. So this buying process helps the marketer in creating informed choice. The brief research problem. Now the thing is that the entire strategy of the company is designed in such a way that that will benefit the organization. But the point is, sometimes these strategies that are created by the marketers may go wrong. That has happened several times, and many such companies who have come with a certain kind of positioning that have not worked well. So our intention was clear here to study what are the different types of position strategies adopted by the companies, how are the preferences of the customers are rated by them, and this research is an attempt to understand the same. Now, the importance of the study, the entire attempt made here is to understand the positioning strategy of selected car brands in the market. This study will help the new car manufacturers to formulate an effective strategy for positioning of car brands in the selected category, and will help to manage the positioning techniques in a better manner. The existing companies can reclaim the market by adjusting the positioning strategies and avoid further damage that has caused due to faulty positioning. I'll just give the quick glimpse of the objectives of the study. The entire study has 5 basic objectives. One is to understand the evolution of the concept of brand and product positioning. Second is to identify the various dimensions of product or brand positioning used by car manufacturers. Third is to understand the dimensions that are determinant for consumers for buying a car. Fourth is to understand the effectiveness of brand positioning with consumers' expectations. And fifth is to evaluate the use of brand positioning in promotional strategies to build brand attributes. I'll come to the statement of hypothesis. There is significant difference in opinion for purchase of car across different variables, that is positioning, income, and education. The second hypothesis is there is significant difference in brand attributes and it changes significantly across income, job position, and education. The third hypothesis is there is significant difference between opinion with respect to market stimuli and that too with respect to job position, education, and the income of the consumer. The scope of the research, the study is limited to Mumbai metropolitan region. So it covers the Mumbai metropolitan region. The scope of the study is an urban area. So Mumbai being a tier 1 city, it includes only the urban consumers. The time period of the study is from 1718 to 1920. The scope of the research covers the cars which are newly bought by the consumers within the time frame of 1 year, and those people who are going to buy the car in the near future. The researcher here covers only the passenger segment of cars. There are different segments of car categories like high segment, the mid segment. We are only considering about the passenger segment cars. We are not considering any other segment. The research design. The research design initiated is based on the 2 approaches. The first level is to design the overall structure of the research so that it delivers the evidence. To achieve this, 10 car companies were selected, which has a product in the entry level segment as well as the mid segment category. The second part here is that the research design is created in such a way that we have created a questionnaire with the Likert scale of 5.5 technique to gather open-ended and closed-ended questions. And the third thing here is that a simple random sampling method is applied for the collection of primary data. Now I'll come to the next slide, that is sources of data collection. We have chosen to deal with 2 kinds of data. One is the primary and second is secondary data. The primary data is collected through the questionnaire on the basis of 5.5 Likert scale method. The secondary data collected here is through journals, articles, books, newspapers, and several reports published by time to time by the various authorities and the government of India. Now, population and sample size. As the size of the universe is large and not definite, I have taken a small sample size of 770. Now, this sample size is based on the Krejcik formula, Robert V. Krejcik formula, that is to detect the sample size for the research analysis. So on the basis of this, because Mumbai is a very big city, it has a population size of more than 1 crore. So from this to derive metadata, to derive at a particular sample size was very difficult. So we used a formula so that we can create a sample size which is unique and which has a strong relevance. Now, to measure the reliability of the data, here what we have done is we have taken Cronbach's alpha method, and here we arrive at a value of 0.874. So any value of which is 0.7 and above that is acceptable. So here it is 0.874. So reliability of data is also done to understand so that there are no errors while collecting the data and creating the analysis. Sampling method, as I told you, sir, we have taken 800 samples, that too through a random sampling method, and the respondents here are the potential car buyers, owners, and some executives were also involved while collecting the data. But the data collected by them, by the company executives, is not a part of this research, but they just collected just to understand their viewpoint. So the main players here are the potential car buyers, who are actually the owners and the people who are going to buy the car in the near future. Data analysis. The inferential data analysis is carried out to test 3 hypotheses that we had formulated. Data was collected, tabulated, and analyzed using the SPSS 25 and Jamovi software. In order to test the hypothesis, and to arrive at a conclusion, the data was converted into pie charts, vertical bar charts, and multiple bar diagrams are used to make a graphical representation of the data. Findings, sir. Now, the entire findings is divided into 4 sections. First, the finding talks about the demographic variable. Second, it talks about the brand preference. Third, it talks about the market similarity, that is the product, price, place, and promotion. And the fourth one is about the findings based on the hypothesis testing. The entire chapter layout goes like this. First chapter is about the introduction. Second chapter is the theoretical aspect of auto sector. Third chapter is examining of the literature that is available. Fourth is the research methodology. Fifth is the analysis of the data. And the sixth one is the discovery, conclusion, and recommendations made by the researcher. I'll just have a quick glimpse of the findings of the research based on the demographic variables. So as I've told you that this analysis covers 800 respondents from the urban city of Mumbai. First of all, in our research, out of 800, there were 652 respondents who were the male members and 148 respondents were the female members. Now, this is evident that male members were more in this research, but female members do not have that kind of participation. Now, out of this entire research sample size of 800, out of 800 responses, 97 responses have completed the secondary education. 40 respondents have covered the secondary education. 30 respondents have completed secondary diploma. 340 responses have completed the graduation. Occupation, out of 800 responses, 325 respondents belong to the service class, 171 responders belong to the business class, whereas 60 people belong to the self-employed category. And 52 people were such people who were not working professionals, but they were the retired respondents, and 60 were the housewives. Marital status, out of 800 respondents, 266 respondents were the single or the bachelor's category people, and 534 respondents were the married people. Income, out of 800 responses, 91 responses belongs to the income level of 1 to 5 lakhs. 100 responses belong to the income level of 5 to 10 lakhs. 186 responses belong to the income level of 10 to 15 lakhs, and 423 responses belongs to the income level of about 15 lakhs. Job position, out of 800 responses, 228 responses belong to the people who are from the top level management category. 284 responses are the people who belong to the mid segment category, and 283 responses were of the people who belong to the supervisory category. Now, these are the findings about the brand preferences, which is the second part of the research. Now, in brand preference, for purchasing the car, the survey was done, and in this, it came that 195 respondents They purchased a car by paying full payment, and the 595 respondents were of such category who opted for the EMI facility. So the next one, the fuel option, the respondents out of 800, there were 223 respondents who preferred petrol as their favorite car. 57 respondents were people who opted for diesel. 120 respondents were the people who preferred CNG, and 6 respondents preferred electric, and 394 respondents were people who demanded both petrol and CNG cars. When the fourth one, increase in income. Now, out of 800 respondents, 346 respondents strongly agree, and 345 respondents agree that the increase in income is an influencing factor in the decision of purchasing a car, whereas 119 respondents. So yeah, I'll go to the next one. Family needs. Out of 800 respondents, 406 respondents strongly agree, and 241 respondents agree that the influencing factors in the decision of the purchase of car, whereas when 50 respondents disagree that the family need is of not that kind of importance for them. Safety and comfort. Out of 800 respondents, 346 respondents strongly agree. 183 respondents agree on the basis of safety and comfort in an influencing factor is in the decision of purchase of a car, whereas 245 respondents had a different kind of opinion, and whereas 26 respondents were of a neutral. Business requirement. Out of 800 respondents, 356 respondents strongly agree, and 163 respondents agree that business requirement is an influencing factor in the decision of purchase of car, whereas 24 respondents strongly disagree, and 241 respondents disagree on the same. Now we'll come to the third category, that is the findings of the research on the basis of brand preference. The brand preference, as far as it's concerned, to improve status, 800 out of 800 respondents, 250 respondents strongly agree. 321 respondents agree that status improvement is an influencing factor in the decision to buy a car, whereas 69 respondents strongly disagree, and 80 respondents disagree with the same. Other 80 respondents were neutral about the factors. Long journey. Out of 800 respondents, 314 respondents strongly agree, and 220 respondents agree that long distance travel is an influencing factor in the decision of purchase of a car, whereas 90 respondents strongly disagree, and 31 respondents disagree on the same. Other 137 respondents were neutral about the factor. The condition of pure factor. Out of 800 respondents, 257 respondents strongly agree, and 257 respondents agree that peer pressure is an influencing factor in the decision of purchase of car, whereas 84 respondents strongly disagree, and 84 respondents disagree to the same. Other 118 respondents were neutral about the factor. Health issue. Out of 800 respondents, 353 respondents strongly agree, 119 respondents agree that health concern is an influencing factor in the decision of purchase of a car, whereas 69 respondents strongly disagree, and 50 respondents disagree to the same. Other 120 respondents were neutral about the factor. The word of mouth publicity. Out of 800 respondents, 319 respondents strongly agree, 259 respondents disagree that word of mouth publicity is an influencing factor in the decision of the purchase of a car, whereas 47 respondents strongly disagree, and 79 respondents disagree with the same. Other 96 respondents were neutral about the factor. Now, the research findings on the brand preference. Advertising. Out of 800 respondents, 303 respondents strongly agree, and 233 respondents agree that advertisement is an influencing factor in the decision of purchase of car, whereas 303 respondents strongly agree and 233 respondents disagree to the same. Other 146 respondents were neutral about the factor. About the lifestyle and personality issue, out of 800 respondents, 368 respondents strongly agree, 100 respondents agree that lifestyle and personality is an influencing factor in the decision of purchase of car, whereas 105 respondents strongly disagree and 30 respondents disagree with the same. Other 104 respondents were neutral about the factor. Now, from the review of literature that we have done about for the country of origin, it says that the country of origin plays an influencing role in the purchase of decision of a car. When responses were collected, it was found that out of 800 respondents, 302 respondents strongly agree and 265 respondents agree that foreign brands are better in terms of performance quality, whereas 64 respondents strongly disagree and 54 respondents disagree with the same. And 14 respondents could not form any type of conclusion on the statement. 284 respondents strongly agree and 147 respondents agree that they are not bothered to pay more for foreign brands as it carries the country's image. On the other hand, 402 respondents strongly agree and 105 respondents agree that they are not bothered to pay more for domestic car brands as they are suitable for Indian roads. Now, findings for the research, that is the brand preference. When respondents were asked to rate their agreement on the influence of brand attributes, related words were closely associated with brands of purchase decisions. The following respondents were obtained. Value for money. Out of 800 respondents, 372 respondents strongly agree. 205 respondents agree that the word value for money associated with brand has influence on purchase decision, whereas 101 respondents formed opinion of disagreement and 18 respondents disagreed to the same. 104 respondents could not frame any opinion. Quality of service. Out of 800 respondents, 380 respondents strongly disagree and 234 respondents agree that the word quality of service is associated with the brand has influence on the purchase of decisions, whereas 92 respondents form we disagree and 20 respondents disagree to the same. 71 respondents could not frame any kind of opinion. As far as status is concerned, out of 800 respondents, 258 respondents strongly agree and 302 respondents agree that word status associated with brand has influence on purchase decisions, whereas 78 respondents form the opinion of disagreement and 74 respondents also disagree, strongly disagree with the same. 88 respondents could not frame any opinion. As far as luxury is concerned, out of 800 respondents, 307 respondents strongly agree, 159 respondents agree that the word luxury associated with brand has influence on purchase decisions, whereas 119 respondents form the opinion of disagree and 50 respondents strongly disagree to the same. 158 respondents could not frame any opinion. Sorry, same slide. Okay. So now out of this findings for the brand preference, Honda is the most preferred by 268 respondents and least preferred by 430 respondents. Hyundai is the most preferred by 330 respondents and least preferred by 360 respondents. Renault is the most preferred with 335 respondents and least preferred by 314 respondents. Datsun is most preferred by 333 respondents and least preferred by 328 respondents. Skoda is the most preferred by 305 respondents and least preferred by 370 respondents. Chevrolet is the most preferred by 384 respondents and least preferred by 329 respondents. Now, on the basis, I'll come to the last part of this. Hello. With the market stimuli is concerned, the price related attribute responses were collected to rate.
Mr. Ravi, just wait for 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
Sorry to disturb you, but I request this, those who have on their mic, please switch off your mic. I think Mr. Mustafa, you are talking.
Mustafa sir, can you please mute yourself? Mustafa sir. Mustafa sir.
Okay, please continue.
Okay, sir. Okay. As far as price related attribute is concerned, cost of car is considered as very important by 402 respondents and important by 143 respondents. The cost of spare parts is considered as very important by 366 respondents and important by 198 respondents. Discount offering in price is considered as very important by 324 respondents and important by 124 respondents. Price negotiation is a very important aspect. Price negotiation is considered as very important and 416 respondents said that price negotiation is a very important thing, and whereas only 64 respondents had opinion that the price negotiation is least important. Now the findings on the basis of market stimuli. Now place related attribute is concerned, responses were collected to rate the importance of place on the basis of this. The dealer's location is considered as a very important factor by 272 respondents and important by 247 respondents. Other people, they didn't had any say. I'll just continue that same the same part. Now I'll come to promotion side, the market stimuli promotion side. On the promotion aspect, festive season discounts are considered as very important factor by 414 respondents and important by 83 respondents. Test rides are considered as a very important factor by 316 respondents and important by 218 respondents. Exchange offers are considered as very important factor by 328 respondents and important by 201 respondents. Cashback are considered as very important factor by 319 respondents and important by 205 respondents. Advertising is considered as an important factor by 344 respondents and important by 185 respondents. Financing rates. Low financing rate were considered as a very important factor by 400 respondents and important by just 154 respondents. I'll just come to the next category, that is the hypothesis category. 1/6. Okay, so now as far as this hypothesis is concerned, in this from the result, this is the we have used the Crystal-Wallace test to understand, because there was a lot of subgrouping in it, so that's why the Crystal-Wallace test was put into use to understand the degree. So here I would like to explain that from the result it can be found that behind the purchase of car, there is a significant difference between the opinion about reasons behind purchase a car across different levels of education. It is also found that the p-value of all reasons behind purchase of car is less than 0.005. That is, hence the null hypothesis is rejected. Therefore, there is significant difference between the opinion about reasons behind purchase of car across different levels of job. Hence, there is no specific reason behind the purchase of car with respect to job position as it differs. Again, here with reference to job positions, again, there is a significant difference between opinion about reasons behind the purchase of car on the basis of the job position. Again, here the p-value of this p-value is 0.05, and here null hypothesis is rejected. Okay, from the result for the income category, from the result it is found that the p-value of all reasons behind purchase of cars on the basis of income is 0.5. Hence here the null hypothesis is rejected. Therefore, there is significant difference between the opinion about the reasons behind the purchase of car across different income level. Thus, we can conclude that there is no specific reason behind the purchase of car as an opinion income as it differs. Here again, the null hypothesis is rejected. Again, the value is 0.05, which says that there is no significant difference with the opinion of people with reference to brand attribute as far as income is concerned. Again, here on the same principle, as far as education level is concerned, again the null hypothesis is rejected. There is no difference in opinion in respect of brand attribute with respect to education level. The same is also true with the opinion on the basis of brand attribute as far as job position is concerned. Here again, the p-value is 0.05, and therefore there is no significant difference between the opinion for the purchase of car on the basis of job position. Okay, now this is again the value, the p-value is 0.5, which says that the null hypothesis is rejected, and therefore there is no significant difference in the opinion for the purchase of car as far as market stimuli is concerned across the subcategory education level. There is no significant difference between opinion for the purchase of a car on the basis of market stimuli across income level. The same is also true. The same is also true for the job position. The null hypothesis is rejected. Conclusion: it is difficult for business to establish a well-known and famous brand in today's competitive industry. Increase in income, family needs, status, symbol, changing lifestyle, health constraints, and safety and comfort is the most important factor triggering the customers towards the purchase of car. Many businesses, in my opinion, underestimate the value of establishing a well-known brand name. Customers will begin to identify the brand name as a result of the company's effort, and the brand will gain a position in the customer's mind for future purchases. Customers that have an emotional connection to a brand are more likely to trust it and buy from it. The company brand attribute is an easy approach to encourage customers to recognize and understand the brand items in order to develop an emotional connection with them. When customers go to buy something, they can quickly recognize it by the brand attribute from the study. Quality of service, value for money, fuel efficiency, complete family car, and safety and comfort were the things which are of brand attribute this was found. And further conclude, in the study, most of the consumers preferred Ford, Maruti Suzuki, Tata, Volkswagen, and the Toyota car as the first preference for the purchase of car. Getting a chance for the purchase of another car, the majority people preferred the upper segment car from the different manufacturers compared to the same manufacturer. Majority of respondents also feel foreign brands are better in terms of performance, quality, even though they brought domestic cars, as those cars suit more for Indian conditions. Petrol and CNG combination is the most preferred combination, is the most preferred fuel car which was rated by the people. And also EMI is the option which most of the people said that they would like to take up the EMI option. Now, people are becoming more knowledgeable about branded automobiles. They have now a better understanding of the automobile market. So that is what we have concluded from the research. Now, according to the study, 4 P's of marketing mix is concerned: product, price, place, and promotion related attributes. Marketing stimuli, which stimulates the consumers towards buying decision making of any product. Further, I'll conclude. In case of purchase of cars, following marketing mix is preferred: product related attributes. From the response, it was found that creativity and innovation, interior comfort, driving comfort, design, style, space, and comfort were the most preferred attribute in the purchase of a car decision. In price related, as far as price related price negotiation, the cost of car, the spare parts of the spare parts price of the car was one of the major attribute that was considered in the study that we have found out. Place, location of a dealer is a very important factor in decision making towards purchase of a car. So, promotional attribute, majority of the respondents get attracted towards the car because of availability of festival discounts. Now, this is only true with the mid-segment car as well as the entry-level car. This may show a different conclusion as far as the high-end cars are concerned, like Mercedes and Audis are concerned. That might be a different thing. But here, because this is the car which is bought by the middle income and the middle section category people, so they put a lot of emphasis on festive discounts. They waited very patiently for the festival discounts, so the price comes down and they could get a car at a low price because of festival season and low financing rates. So these were one of the attractive items or attributes for them. Now, post-sale, as per post-sale services such as resale value and availability is concerned, the post-purchase sales and revalue and the availability of service dealers played a significant role for influencing the purchase decision of a car. Suggestions from the study: all car manufacturers should focus on external environment. So they have to continuously be vigilant about the happenings that are occurring in the external environment, and they have to make themselves updated as far as technology is concerned and what their fellow competitors are doing in the market. The car manufacturers should also focus on independent variable factors. Independent variable factors, here I mean with respect to the income of the people, the age of the people, the education of the people. This also has a tremendous impact on purchase of a car. As far as best practices for customers are concerned, the company should avoid unethical practices. They should follow best practices for the customers, because people with brand also takes into consideration, okay, what is the level of morality and ethics that the company is using in the market. Now, the first suggestion that I would like to make is that this may not go well with the price aspect, but the customer's safety should not be put at risk at any point of time, and to just bring the price down, the safety of the customer should not be compromised with. As far as sales service is concerned, good sales service generates good after sales service generates good sales for the near future. That is what we have to suggest. I'll come to the limitation aspects, sir. Now, as far the limitations are concerned, the research study is restricted to Mumbai metropolitan region. Now, this may show a different statistics when we will conduct the same research in Tier 2 and Tier 3 city. The research considers only the passenger segment car. There are different car segments. Even the companies buy the car, but that category we have not considered it. There are different types of auto segments. We have only used the passenger car auto segment. The third limitation of the study is that this is only true with the person who is about to buy a car, and this is only true with the person who has just bought a car, a newly bought car which was bought just 1 year back. So this does not involve any other category. Now, buying of passenger car is a complex decision to make. This is what we have concluded, because there are so many things which goes into this. The study considers only individual car buyers and does not involve any other companies or the people who are buying the car just for the sake of tourist business. Now, for the future scope, so whatever were the limitations that came into my limitations, I have to use this. I have marked it for the future scope. The study is undertaken in the metropolitan city like Mumbai. As I told you, sir, this is again possible if somebody takes up the same kind of research in the rural area. That is different tier cities. As far as new technology is concerned, the technology keeps on changing. So with the time, the new perception relating to technology can also change, and people may have a different mindset as far as buying is concerned in the near future. Maybe 10 years from now or 20 years from now, technology will be a thing which will be dominating, and design and all those things will not be that important. Technology will be very important. Safety will be very important in the near future. So the attributes that are right now, so many attributes that may come down in the near future. And in this research, most of my respondents were the males, and females, 20 to 30% were the people who were the females. So if we conduct the research which is woman-centric, we can have a different set of opinion as far as women-centric drivers are concerned. They may have a different aspect. Those owners who are the women, they may have a different mindset, and this may give a different kind of picture. In the near future, again, there's a lot of scope for e-vehicles, green vehicles are concerned. So there is a lot of, so the similar test, the similar research can be conducted with the e-vehicles or the green vehicles are concerned. And for further studies can be also undertaken to understand the precise meaning of word of mouth publicity, and how only one we can conduct a research only with one aspect, that is word of mouth publicity, how the publicity takes place about a car company in the market, and how this is analyzed by the people. Thank you very much, sir. Any questions, sir?
Yeah, thank you, Ravi Kozgi.
Yeah.
Thank you for your nice presentation.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, just 1 second. Before we go for the question answer session, I think I got a little doubt about my question. The first question is about what is the period that you have taken? I just want to confirm again. Period of study.
Sir, I can hear you. Hello.
What is the period of study that you have done?
Okay. So the period of 17 is the period of study is from 1718 to 1920.
To 1920.
20.
Okay. Can you come to the slide where you have explained about the brand, the different brand that you have shown? I think initially only you showed that, after that, your findings,
Yes, sir.
you started explaining that which is the most brand at that area. Out of 800, 344 or something were
Yes, sir.
preferred at Chevrolet and all of the brands. We put this, I suppose.
Maybe most probably in the findings, sir. Ravi, sir.
Yes, sir. No, so I have a slide. I have a slide regarding that.
Okay, no problem.
So for this research, we have taken 10 cars, 10 car manufacturers. I'll just come to that slide.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, this is the same one. Yeah. So now here, if I see what happened here, that Honda, Hyundai, Renault, then Datsun, Skoda, Chevrolet, and Fiat. The period that you are talking about from 17 to 20, the most preferred brand was Honda, isn't it?
Yes, we have one more. Wait a minute. I have one more slide. So Renault was again we were at 335 respondents.
Fine. I think now from your this slide, I could gather that it is nearly 430 respondents, preferred by 430 respondents out of 800. So, as per your opinion or whatever the data you got, that more than 50 or 50% they are preferring this Honda brand as such. As per my knowledge, I think Maruti Suzuki is the number one brand having the highest market share since many years.
Okay. So in the next slide, you can see Maruti Suzuki is the most preferred by 500 respondents.
Yeah.
So that I couldn't see.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it is correct. So I was just confused with that. Yes, because my knowledge was that Maruti was having the major chunk in the market share,
No, yeah.
and I
No,
was just wondering whether this was not being seen or I don't know.
no, so this is there.
I must have missed it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's world's
So
best.
Honda is again a most preferred because there are some people, because Honda being an international brand, most people are looking at the international brand as a value of, as a reputation. And one more thing that we have discovered while conducting this research, we have discovered that Kia, which is a brand which was launched a couple of years back by the South Korean company, it is doing tremendously well, and many people are going with that car too.
What is the position of Kia right now? Have you heard about Mahindra and Mahindra?
Yes, sir.
So I think I have not seen anywhere, but still now it is the most, the wanted brand since last 3 years.
Yes, sir.
So
So
there's a
Mahindra,
waiting list since for 3
Correct.
years. People are still ready
Yes,
to wait
sir.
for that.
Yes, sir. So the thing is here, Mahindra and Mahindra is not being used for collecting the responses because Mahindra and Mahindra do not have an entry level car in the segment. Their cars are like SUV segment cars.
Yes,
Those
sir.
do not fall under this category. So for middle class, they do not have a car of that kind of nature or the entry level segment cars. So that's why this car is not selected for the research.
Because the Scorpio and Thar most preferred.
Yeah. But
It's-
the cost, their very favorite car, the hit car Scorpio, also comes with a certain price which is not affordable by the entry level people.
No,
Those
no,
who
what you
got
said is correct. I think that is about SUV and all. It is about SUV and all that you are talking about. Yeah, that may be your right observation. But still, I think today what I see that Toyota and this Mahindra and Mahindra, they are the most top one because for considering the waiting list of the customers, they are ready to wait for a long. And just because it may be having a person already having one car preparing for the more than 25 or 35 lakhs income group or something, they may prefer for that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Only my one point is that just one more question about your suggestions. You mentioned about I think conclusion is I think you mentioned it somewhere in your findings that very surprisingly that fuel demand is for 223 for petrol and something about 57 for diesel. I was so surprised, and only 123 for CNG. That finding means I think at that area
I'll
where
come
you
to that. I'll come to that, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, maybe this one.
Yeah, type of fuel.
This one?
Yeah.
So petrol, diesel, and CNG is considered as a very important factor by 329 respondents and important by just 228 respondents. So very important factor was petrol, diesel, and CNG. If we go further into this one, so this is further. There is one more slide. I will just come to that. the third point, petrol and CNG combination is the preferred by majority of respondents. That is what I've concluded. Petrol and with CNG combination car. So this is only true with only the entry level segment again. Petrol and CNG combination is the most preferred by all the respondents. Most of them, they said they don't want either petrol or CNG. They want a combination.
Yeah.
So this is the combination one.
It's a tremendously demanded. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Because I think somewhere in the slides you mentioned about very few are interested for the diesel. So you mean to say that at an entry level, people prefer to have petrol or CNG and not with the diesel?
No, sir. Yes, sir. Petrol and.
Okay. So I just wanted to make it very clear about this doubt also.
Because yeah, correct, sir. Because diesel is slightly cheaper. So and people they have the entry level cars, so they might be looking for those cheaper versions.
Yeah. Okay. So what I feel that there's one more point you have mentioned in the suggestion. I think don't go to the slide. You suggested that car manufacturers should make use of this. That some external factors you are talking about. What exactly you mean to say by external factors?
Yes, sir, I'll come to that.
This external environment you're talking. Yeah. The
okay.
Previous one. Yeah.
So yes, sir. So the first one, all car manufacturers should focus on external factors. So external factors, I here mean to say that from the SWOT analysis, I'm talking about the factors which are in the external environment. For example, as far as technology is concerned. So technology, so people, the company has to be very vigilant about technology. New things come into the market, new technology come into the market. So this new technology, they should be using it into their car. So that they can do better, because in the near future, there will be only 3 or 4 factors which will be very dominant for positioning yourself in the car market. The first one would be safety. Second one is the technology, and third one will be the comfort. So if you will be vigilant as far in the what technology has come in, what technology is being used, what the competitors are doing. So just if you be just aware enough about the external happenings which are happening out of the company. So I think that can do well, especially with the technology sector, which keeps on changing. And also one more in this, I also would like to add the factors like the imports may be restricted. Some imports of the machinery may be restricted. So government factors should also has to be analyzed here.
Okay, fine, absolutely. So now this forum is open for the questions. I think I request the audience and external guide also to ask questions. Thank you.
The audience are requested to ask the questions to Professor Kozgi sir.
I think you can send a question by chat also. Ravi, you can just check the chat and you can answer accordingly.
Yeah. Maybe sometimes a network problem occurs. Kozgi sir, please check the chat box. Burgul madam wants to say something. Please check.
Okay, so I've got a question from Dr. Sneha Burgul that actually she's asking because of background noise, she cannot ask a question because she might be in some place. She has asked, the question is there any positioning strategy used for branding? Hello.
Okay, please.
Okay. So I'll answer this question. She's asking again, is there any positioning strategy used for branding? So she's asking that through branding, can we establish a brand in the image of the customers just by branding? So there are generally, yes, madam, we can surely do it. This is done by Audi. This is done by Mercedes. Actually, this is not our part of research. We have not used this in the research, but this is what Audi is doing, and this is also what other companies are doing. Okay, so one more question. There is one more question. Okay, what are the difficulties which were faced by you during data collection respect to budget is concerned? Okay, madam. As far as budget is concerned, we did not had a lot of problem with the budget because we have done a lot of data collection through Google Forms. So the budget was not a constraint.
Yes. Kosgi sir,
Yes, sir.
there is one question from Dr. Budhwani,
Okay.
which is I can see right now in the chat box. What difficulties were faced you during data collection with respect to the budget?
Yes, I answered this question. I told you that
Okay.
data budget was not constrained because most of the data was collected through Google Forms.
Okay.
So there was no such difficulty with this. Is there any?
Okay. Anybody else? Now, may I request Dr. Shankar Rao Patil, who is Honorable External Referee. Sir, please. Patil sir,
Ah, sir.
please ask your questions. I am requesting you.
Mr. Ravi, what is benefit of your research topic to the society?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir, I would like to answer this question in a very simple manner that if any company is using a positioning strategy and that positioning strategy is a wrong strategy, that company may suffer very heavily. This, for example, we can take an example of a car company Tata and its product called as Nano, which was launched a decade back. So if you see, sir, this was introduced as a very cheaper car in the market, and this had a lot of promotion. This caused a lot of promotion. This did very well, but the branding and the positioning was done in the wrong way. They had set up a factory in West Bengal. Then they came back to Gujarat. They did lot of positionings. They did lot of with the marketing things and all those things. But the only problem was that their positioning strategy went wrong. They said to everyone that this is the cheapest car in the market. So the people did not go very well with the people that they are driving a cheaper car. So Nano could have done very well, but if they had done that in a different in a different way, they might have talked about the youth, they might have talked about the quickness, they might have talked about the smartness, but they talked about the cheaper car. The word cheap didn't go well with the car, with the market, and the Nano is a very big failure that everybody knows right now. I hope so. I've answered the question. So wrong position strategy can damage the image of the company, and they may have to suffer losses because of wrong positioning.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anybody else?
If at all nobody has their ask question, I think I request now Ashok Giri to ask question as a guide also to me.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. Mr. Kosgi sir, I just want to ask you a simple question, which strikes to each and every prospective car buyers. Now, the people are looking towards you. The a very specialized persons in the car sectors or car brand positioning sector. So would you suggest some important tips for the listeners or to the audience
Okay.
for buying from car buying perspective?
Yes, sir. Now, again, actually, this is the question which has to be answered very elaborately. It will take time, but I'll answer this.
Please,
The
please.
first, yeah, the first thing is it is very important, first of all, to understand the mindset of the customer and what is the requirement. Now, in my research, we have taken only the mid-segment category. So the approach of the people in this mid-segment category is different. Now their requirement is different. And this may not be true with the people who is from a different category, who is from ultra rich category or the elite category, where he has nothing to do with the cost of the cost of the budget is concerned or the fuel is concerned. There might be again a subcategory like a sports category. But generally, if we say overall, if we take into consideration, if we see the environment we take into consideration, then we should go with those cars which are safe for the environment. Safe for the environment. So and sir, I would say that if suppose there is a person who is buying a car with this hard-earned money, if somebody is going to buy a car with a hard-earned money, with a person who is a person like a normal person, like a middle-class person, is going to buy a car with his savings, they should go with the Maruti Suzuki. Or in the same category, if they want an international brand, they could go for Hyundai and Tata. I'll suggest four: Tata and one more company, Honda. They from these four categories, I am suggesting two Indian and two international. They can go with this one because they are good with colors. They are good with average efficiency. And if somebody is looking, and if somebody lives in the tier 3 city or tier 2 city, so I will strongly recommend them to go with Maruti Suzuki only because they have a full support of the sales service is concerned. So if some people are looking for the after sales service, they should strongly go with Maruti Suzuki car. And if I want to give the overall picture, if I'll give overall picture, that I would suggest them to go for right now. I will suggest them to go for an e-vehicle because the coming generation, in the coming 10 to 12 years, there will be no petrol cars in the market. There will be no diesel cars in the market. This will become one day a history. There will not be such cars. Even CNG is going to phase out in a slow manner. If we will, after 10 to 15 years, there will be only e-vehicles in the market, and petrol will become and diesel will become a history. So I feel that as far as future is concerned and the environment is concerned, people should go for the e-vehicles, any kind of e-vehicles which comes at an affordable rate and good sales service.
I just want to add one thing. I think you answered the question of Mr. Giri sir. But what is the replacement value of this battery? Actually, now Tesla is also struggling for that reduction of that cost of batteries. Electrical vehicles, what you say is the trend. It may be, I must say that, this is like our wishful thinking. But what is the reality right now? What is your opinion? You are saying that, yes, this will be like a history. But I'm not so sure because what happened after a year or 2 or 3 years, you'll have to replace the battery and the life is also we don't know the cost of that battery.
Yeah.
Isn't it? So what do you want to say about it?
Okay, so as I said just a couple of moments back, petrol and diesel will be replaced completely, but only very essential sectors will be using petrol and diesel car. Like for example, defense is concerned, defense vehicles, they will be using that particular category. So petrol and diesel will be there, but only by the defense companies. Right now, the cost of a battery is extremely high. Now this is because there is simple reason behind this one. The cost of manufacturing this battery is tremendously very high. With the kind of infrastructure that we have and the Narendra Modi's initiative, Build in India concept, in the next 3 to 4 years, the prices of battery now the price of the car of the e-vehicle goes extremely high because of the battery factor, which is a very important factor. This is going to come down in the near future. It is a matter of the 3 or 4 years. The what e-vehicles, what we're talking about, the cost will tremendously come down in the near future. So it's a matter of just 3 or 4 years. This is high, right? Because the cost of manufacturing the battery and the cost of raw material that is used in the battery and the cost of semiconductors that we use, it's very high. Semiconductor, we do not manufacture semiconductors. We have to import it from Korea, another country. So with the time, as the time passes, this will become very much affordable. Like now, the Android phone is affordable to us. The same way, it will become affordable.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much for your good presentation, and you have given a very good answers also. So now I request Mr. S.K. Patil, sir, do you have, what is your recommendation? Shall we go ahead with this declaring for recommendation for the PhD of Mr. Ravi Kosgi?
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
After successful open Viva defense, I strongly recommend that authorities of Savitribai Phule Pune University that the thesis be accepted for the award of PhD degree in the Commerce and Management of Savitribai Phule Pune University. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words.
Yeah. So I congratulate Mr. Ravi Kosgi and his guide, Dr. Ashok Giri, sir, also for taking a very unique topic for study, and I think which is also very relevant nowadays. I think car is not become what you say is like a luxury. It's a family need. That is what you found out in your conclusion. And I think your efforts are really appreciable that you have tried to get something very different information. Today's, I think the discussion and the presentation really given some good insight to all of us. We are, attending this your PhD Viva host. So all the very best for you for going ahead with your career. So, and thank you very much for external guide, Mr. S.K. Patil, sir. And of course, congratulations to Giri, sir, also.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, thank you to our
So
HOD Commerce Department, Commerce and Management Department, and the organizer from this IT department. I thank you, and thank to all audience who are here to motivate Mr. Ravi Kosgi. Now I should say is not Ravi Kosgi, it's the Dr. Ravi Kosgi. So
Thank
all the best, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. So before concluding this session, with kind permission of Dr. Sanjay Madi, who is the chairman of this session, and the external referee, Dr. Shankar Rao Patil, with your kind permission, I want to say something.
Absolutely, go ahead, sir.
Afternoon. So good afternoon to each and every the audience, the honorable chairman, Dr. Sanjay Madi, sir, honorable Shankar Rao Patil, sir, who is external referee, for being over here, for blessing my student and who have completed all these formalities. And first of all, I would say that the very first beneficiary myself also I have taken the lots of tips from now I can say that Dr. Ravi Kosgi for purchasing my WagonR car, and he has given lots of ideas and insights for that. And as it is earlier mentioned, Dr. Sanjay Madi, sir, I have also point out that regarding the e-vehicle. So he is saying that, sir, please sustain 2 to 3 years. The prices will be definitely go down. But before that, I have started with my WagonR vehicles also. So thank you so much for everyone. So first of all, as it is honorable chairman, Dr. Sanjay Madi, sir, external referee, Dr. Shankar Rao Patil, sir, then Dr. Tamim Sharif, sir, who was from Chennai, Dr. Devchand Bagmar, sir, from Devchand College, sir, then Dr. Honorable HOD of Department of Commerce, Dr. Shamla Patil, who has guided us, who have given lots of insights and the feedback and strong support. Even the the online authorities of Savitribai Phule Pune University. Even after I want to say something regarding Dr. Sri Akshay Datar, sir. He has given lots of he has taken lots of efforts, because we know very well right now in Maharashtra, non-teaching staff members of the colleges and university strikes is going out, and on the background of this, he has helped a lot. He has taken a lots of efforts for making this online Viva was successful. Even I can say a few words to Sri Suhas Kulkarni from the PG section, Savitribai Phule Pune University. From the initial stage till the completion stage of this Viva was, he has also helped a lot. Even the administrative staff of Department of Commerce, administrative staff of Amdar Shashikant Shinde College, even all the teaching and non-teaching staff members of Amdar Shashikant Shinde Mahavidyalaya Beda, even teaching and non-teaching staff of Bharatiya Jain Sangatna College, Wagoli, and all the audience who have sacrificed their valuable time for us. So thank you so much for Honorable Chairman, Honorable external referees, all the participants. And now I can proudly say that Dr. Mr. Ravi Kosgi, now he's proudly saying that with the few quotes of Dr. Sanjay Madi, now we can say that Dr. Ravi Kosgi and the whole, yeah, definitely wish you all the best for your future endeavors. And
Highly obliged, sir.
yeah,
Highly obliged. I'm highly obliged.
yeah, thanks a lot. Once again, Dr. Sanjay Madi sir, Dr. Shankarrao Patil, all the audience, the Ravi Kosgi sir, all these previous students, Dr. Budwani, Dr. Burgul, Dr. Sheda, Dr. Burgule madam, and all the audience also. Once again, thank you so much for patient listening and being over here for subscribing your valuable time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Congratulations, Ravi.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Obliged.
कंप्लीट झाली असेल तर मी रेकॉर्डिंग थांबवू का?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
Congratulations.